Hi, this is SJ Thompson Live coming back at you with another video. I was watching Sheila True Love. I think that's her name. Sheila True Love. YouTuber by the name of Sheila True Love. And she was saying, I've said on here before where, and I think I did a whole video saying that men should pay. Men should pay for everything. And I've said that, because black men have this big thing where they say women have to bring 50% to the table and everything. And me and a lot of other women were of the belief that the man should, because the man is the provider, he's the head. So me and the other women was of the belief that the man should be paying for mostly all the bills. That he should be paying a good percentage of, if not all, the bills or whatever the situation is that. He should be paying for everything. But I was watching her. She said it in a few videos that kind of put something on my mind, which is making me rethink my stance on that. She was saying that women should women should be. She's a strong advocate of women paying 50% in a marriage type situation. Now hear me out now. You're gonna be like, okay, where you going with this? And the reason why she said, after she gave the reasoning and everything, it put a lot on my mind. And I've really thought about it and meditated on it. It kind of made sense. It did make sense what she was saying. She said one of the reasons why you want to pay half of the bills is because she said a lot of times in situations where women get married and men are paying all the bills and that woman is solely dependent on that man can pretty much do whatever he wants to do. You know, he could get extremely controlling. He could do whatever he wants to do, and you don't have any say so in a situation because um, you're not paying anything. And he always can throw that up in your face when I'm paying the bills around here and I'm gonna do they take on this mentality. Even Kevin Samuels admitted that high value men, most high value men have another woman on the side. Most high value men cheat. I think even Kevin Samuels himself admitted to that. That high value men that make six figures, which a man's worth is not determined by how much money he makes. But that's a whole nother video. I was supposed to do that video a long time ago and get around to it. But a man's value, in my opinion, a man's value um, is not necessarily determined by how much money he makes. It's about his character. Because you could be a rich jerk, you know what I mean? But even Kevin Samuels admitted himself that a lot of high value men cheat. They cheat. You know, the ones that make six figures, and they pay everything, and they're holding down the household. They had 9 times out of 10 have another woman on the side, and he has told women that has called into his show that you're gonna have to you might have to put up with him having another woman on the side. Now I'm not saying that's the case for all of them, but that's what he said. And a lot of his men followers agreed with him, you know. So, and that's what the point that Sheila was making. And she was saying that it puts a woman in a more vulnerable position when the man is paying all the bills and she's not paying anything. It puts her in a very vulnerable position. I was just looking at a video not too long ago here where this man had put this woman out. He put his girlfriend out the house. I think she had children because she asked him where he was at. Well, what took him so long to get home? And he gonna have the nerve to put her out the house. And I think she had kids. I said, well, that man had another pot cooking on the stove. That man had him another woman. He wants to move another woman up in that house 9 times out of 10. And he was just looking for a reason to put her out. He was going to put her out anyway. And, he's probably going to 9 times out of 10 going to move another woman up in there. But that is a very unfortunate situation for her if she doesn't have, and she was totally reliant on him for her sole source of income, and she wasn't paying nothing, and she don't have any money saved. That puts her in a very precarious situation because now she has nowhere to go. So that's basically when she said that, it kind of makes sense. I said, yeah, that makes sense because a lot of men, when men can get very controlling and narcissistic when they're paying all the bills. You ladies know what I'm talking about. When they're paying most of the bills, they can get very controlling and narcissistic. And they like that when they ain't paying all the bills. Cause I ain't, to tell you the truth, I ain't never had no man pay all my bills. You know, the men that I dated and stuff like that. Shh, baby dad. Well, we won't talk about the other one, but you know, when my long term relationships, the man wasn't paying all my bills. I was paying most, if not all, my bills. Okay, I had to have my own source of income coming in. Okay, so even still, they still want to have the nerve to try to be controlling and want to track your every move and all that kind of stuff. And I had to tell one boyfriend, this is my house. How you finna tell me what time to come into my house? Because he wasn't living with me, and he wasn't paying none of my bills. So I had to get him together. I had to tell him, look, I live in you. This is my house. How you gonna tell me? Because he wasn't even living with me. We was together, but he wasn't staying with me, and he wasn't paying none of my bills. And he had the nerve to try to dictate to me when I'm gonna get it come to into my own house. So they kind of like that when they ain't paying nothing. So just imagine when they are paying all the bills, you know. Cause I had them be like that when they wasn't paying nothing, so just or whatever, or they'd help you here and there, but yeah, cause I ain't never went with I've never been the type that dated a man for his money, I solely made mainly on character, you know, and most of the men that I was with didn't have no whole lot of money, they wasn't making six figures or nothing like that. Okay, I'm just gonna put it on out there and keep it 100 with you. Okay, I always had to pay my own bills, and they still have the nerve to try to act controlling and where who you been with, asking you questions and stuff. Man, this is my house. But so just imagine if he's paying all the bills, what their mindset would be, you know. So yeah, and she's saying if a woman is paying 50%, then he can't just do any and everything, because he can't. If he try to, do think he can do what he want. You can say, well, hey, I'm paying half the bills around here. You can let him know I'm paying half the bills around here, and then you can let him know that look, if this thing ends the day of tomorrow, I'm gonna be straight. I'm gonna be able to take care of myself. You know what I mean? But a lot of time these men, they if a woman is totally dependent on him, he gets on his high horse and he say, well, where would you be if you didn't have me? Where would you be? You wouldn't have nothing if you didn't have me. And they'll throw that up in your face in a New York minute if they're paying all your bills. If it wasn't for me, you wouldn't have nothing. They'll throw that in your face in a New York minute. Mm-hmm. Just like that man threw that woman. Let me know if you heard about that in the comments. That man threw that woman out the house because she asked where he was at. And I guess that was his house. And he threw her and the kids. I think she had kids. Let me know. Hit me up in the comment section and give me more details on that situation because I just kind of heard about it. And I'm like, well, she's in a precarious situation and she don't have her own. You know what I'm saying? She don't have her own job or bank account or something like that. So a woman, yes, a woman should have. I still don't know about paying 50, but a woman should definitely be having her own source of income, some type of source of income coming in. So if in event the man want to go to clowning, cheating on you, you got to dump him, or he put you out, or whatever the situation is. You can take care of yourself. A woman does have to have a certain amount of independence. And that puts a man in a position to where if he tries to control you, you can take some of that power back and say, hey, look, you know, honey, if you wasn't in the picture, honey, I'd still be taking care of myself. You know what I mean? So he won't be in that position where he can get up on his high horse and say, well, if it wasn't for me, well, where would you be? You'll be on the street. You can't do for yourself, and you don't never want to be in a situation to where uh, um um a woman always want to let a man know, look, I took care of myself before you came in the picture, and if you out of the picture, I can continue to take care of myself. You know what I mean? So yeah, I can definitely understand that. Um but yeah, what she said did make a lot of sense. Now I'm not saying all men are this way, because you got some men out there that don't have that mindset, but a lot of men do. It's a lot of them do. If they're paying all the bills type of situation, and a woman don't have her own, and that man go to clowning and cheating on her, I've seen situations where it happens, you know, and that woman ain't got nowhere to go because she didn't have her own income coming in. So a woman should keep her own. A woman should have her own, just in case he go to clowning or whatever, and he wants you to agree with some old crazy sexual stuff, like bringing another person in, and you don't agree with that. That goes against your moral values. You ain't got to put up with that. And you tell him no, and he said, "Well, get out." I'll say, "Okay, I'll get out." And you pack your stuff and you go. You get yourself together. You got your money. You can set your own self up. You know what I mean? So yeah, because you got some men that be on that type of stuff. So yeah, but let me know in the comment section what you think. But like Sheila True Love, that's the name of her channel. A lot of what she says do be making sense, and yeah, it's. I said, I was of the mindset that men should pay most of the bills, but I still don't know about half. I still don't know about paying half of the bills. But yeah, a woman should be bringing something to the table. A woman should be able to show a man that, hey, I can maintain my own, and I have my own, or whatever. I can bring this X amount of dollars. So don't be trying to pull nothing, because he try to say, well, he can't throw that up in your face where, I'm paying all the bill. Wait a minute, I'm paying half bills around here. What do you mean? You can't do this or you do that and do that. So yeah, that does make sense. When you really stop and think about it, it makes sense. The woman can kind of take some power back. Whereas if that man is paying all the bills, he calls the shots. He calls the shots. And you gotta go for whatever. There's women out there, the man be cheating and messing around and everything, and they sit up there and put up with it because they can't do for themselves. They don't have their own thing. They don't have no way of getting their own income. That's a bad situation for a woman to be in. And a lot of women put up with abuse. Because there's mental, emotional, physical abuse. A lot of women put up with abuse and stuff because, well, they figure, well, he's paying the bills, or what am I gonna do? And all that kind of stuff like that. So I mean, at some point you gotta trust God too. You know what I mean? So yeah, that definitely makes sense. A woman should definitely be able um, to show that man that, hey, I can do with you, honey, or without you. You know, I'm bringing something to this table too. You know what I mean? So hit me in the comment section, ladies. What do you think about that? Do you think that a man should be paying most or all the bills? Or do you think a woman really should be bringing something to the table, paying half, or whatever you think? If you still think a man should be paying all, let me know. Just let me know what you think in the comment section. Let me know what your thoughts are. Men, go ahead and sound off too. in that comment section. Be nice. Be nice. Be nice. No bashing. I don't want any bashing in my comment section. I do not allow any bashing in my comment section. Don't be bashing me. Don't be bashing other black women. Okay. No bashing in my comment section. You can express your opinion without bashing. Okay. So just be nice. Be nice. So hit me up and let me know what you think, and hit that subscribe, like, and share. Until the next video, be blessed.